Well, hello all. Alright, another drizzly, rainy day here in California, which is fine. We like that. That's perfectly okay, especially when it's drizzly, because it really waters the plants down deep and doesn't just run off like it did the other day. A couple days ago we had such hard rain here in San Francisco for about 10 minutes and it flooded many parts of the city. I was actually afraid that my vehicle was going to get washed down the street. Fortunately, a piece of garbage came down the street and stuck on front of the car in front of me, which then diverted most of the water away, so we're okay. Climate change, that's what we're going to be talking about today. A new Arctic report card for 2019 has come out. Terrible news. All bad. Hate to tell you, but let's go over the board and get just some of the details. Climate change has hit the Arctic fish population. Dead salmon are washing the shore along the east coast of the Bering Sea. When you have a low fish population, then the seals that rely on eating those fish don't put on enough weight or fat reserves for the winter, and the seals start to die out, and they suffer a horrible death of freezing cold during an Arctic winter without enough clothing on, is basically what it is. It's being shoved outside without adequate warm clothing. That's what that means. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as the rest of the planet. This is causing the jet stream to behave in unexpected ways, as we've been seeing how cold and hot spells have been hitting the US and Europe and every other northern continental continent. Does that make sense? The Bering Sea saw record low winter sea ice in 2018 to now. Let's talk about the bird population, which is crashing. Why is the bird population crashing? Because the fish population is crashing. Without the fish population, the birds don't have that much to eat. So the ivory gull, for instance, population is down by 70% just since 1980. Let's talk about the Greenland ice sheet. It's melting faster than expected. In 2019, the ice sheet reached 95% surface melting. In other words, most of Greenland saw the surface ice start to melt. Let's look at the chart here of how rapidly the melting is taking place in the Arctic. Now here's an interesting little map of the sea surface temperature showing how warm the average temperature of the seas were between 4 degrees F and 11 degrees F, warmer than average. Sea surface temperatures in the Bering Sea and Arctic area were 4 to 11 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than average. But that's not all. The Arctic fisheries provide more than 40% of the U.S. fish catch and the shellfish catch, valued at more than $1 billion annually. The Arctic has warmed by 0.75 C or 1.35 degrees F in the last decade alone. When will the ice no longer be in the Arctic Ocean during the summer? It's predicted by all the models. Would you look at that? Between 2040 and 2050. Pretty much all the models are anchored around this area of predictions of when we'll see ice-free summer. Unfortunately, nobody really knows because of the variation of the weather on the planet Earth. There's another problem. The mobile phones, the ones you hold in your hand, are causing so much interference with weathering, gathering data from satellites and that sort of thing. And that's going to get worse. Within the year, we're going to have 35,000 more satellites in low Earth orbit, which will then be seen pretty much most of the night. And the sky will be 30% less visible to see stars no matter where you are on the planet. And that's going to happen in less than a year if it isn't stopped. But we'll get into that a little bit later as it gets closer and closer to launch time. It's an amazing project that's going on, and it's all about the stupid phone, making sure you can get the phone anywhere on the planet. and we're going to suffer because we're going to have 30% less darker skies because of all these satellites in low Earth's orbit. Well, on this super rainy, cloudy, kind of cold day, we're going to go on and continue. But I do definitely appreciate the ups, the downs, and the new subscribers, and of course the comments. Always love the comments. And until next time.